The space program we have been working on is all systems go. However, I must tell you now that it is not exploratory, as you've previously been told. It is a cleanup operation. We've grown too large for our planet to support, and the mission have implemented this operation to send out 4 shipments over 3 years to external planet X54023. The first shipment will be 500,000.
500,000 what?
People. The aim is to strengthen our planet, giving it and us the best possible chance of survival by eradicating the weak. They will be sent away so that we can thrive. The mission has selected the 4 criteria for elimination, and it is our responsibility to decide which goes first. Studies have been conducted to aid this decision. Samuel, do you have the results? So, our options are the homeless, drug addicted, the genetically flawed, and the mentally unstable.
Talk about unethical.
What makes you think we have the right to play God? You can't just ask that. We can't categorize people into strong or weak.
We're not playing God, James. We're only the implementers. These people are drains on our society. They do not contribute to the state and are therefore dispensable. The decision has already been made. And we're not here to discuss ethics. We're here to make a call.
How do you come up with the list? What's your criteria?
A number of factors. Look, what's important here is identifying who is the biggest immediate liability. That's the job. And if you don't like it, the door's right there. Very well. So, how do you choose? Let's start at the top of the list. The homeless.
These people aren't homeless by choice, and they certainly shouldn't be penalised for it.
Well, what do they add to our society?
I don't think it's fair to measure their contribution compared to someone who has always had access to the basic rights. Shelter, food, education.
Well, either way, choosing the homeless is an easy fix. It's not like anyone would necessarily notice them missing.
That's uncalled for.
Would you?
No. Probably not.
All right. So next on our list is the drug addicted.
Well, needle use has exponentially increased the spread of HIV, hepatitis, not to mention the huge cost of law enforcement and healthcare.
We will have less celebrity scandal. Shame.
Hold on a minute. These reasons don't mean these people get shipped off. They need help, not exile.
It's not our problem anymore.
Not our problem. The state has a responsibility to its people.
The state has a responsibility to the state. And this is what's best for it. Be careful what you say, Kayla. Space can always be made for one more passenger on this ship.
Is that a threat?
It's advice, Kayla. So, what about the genetically flawed?
Genetically flawed in what sense? Is it based on physical attributes, beauty, or more like a propensity for illness?
I think the reasoning behind this category is that any flaw can make us weak.
Could also make us stronger.
It's true. But there is risk involved, and opportunity for change in a direction that has not been approved by the mission. I have been informed, however, that this shipment would include those with a genetic makeup likely to carry or develop an illness.
What, so like everyone that has cancer?
I suppose you could divide it up like that. Everyone with X illness, cancer, heart disease, or anyone on a transplant list.
It would eliminate huge costs, not to mention the overcrowding of hospitals, lack of resources, the stress of illness on carers.
It would certainly relieve those pressures. Though it seems very short-sighted. Or these people are sick, yes, but what made them sick is still there. Perhaps we need to take a more precautionary approach, like looking for a predisposition towards a particular condition rather than those who are already affected.
There's something like Down syndrome,
Disability.
infertility.
Just so long as it's remembered that infertility can be on the part of the male or female. No woman should be persecuted just because she can't bear a child, or if she chooses not to have children. Just so long as that's clearly understood.
Understood. So, that leaves us with mental instability.
Anyone under an IQ of 100?
So the dummies just disappear. How about anyone with an IQ over a certain number? Anyone with half a brain is surely going to catch on when a whole demographic of people suddenly goes missing.
We're not going to take them all from the same community. It's about taking a little bit from lots of places. With 2 missing persons, not suspicious. 10? You'd have a bit more of a problem hiding that.
True. I still think targeting the smart ones could prove a strong strategy.
I think this decision goes beyond intelligence. I mean, instability. That can stem from mental illnesses such as depression, schizophrenia. It can occur because of violence or abuse. There's more to consider than IQ here.
You can try to find a reason for people's crazy all the time. That doesn't excuse half the things they do. Oh, I murdered someone, but the government should support me because I drank too much crazy juice for breakfast this morning.
As funny as I think you are, it just doesn't work like that. You can't put people in the too hard box.
These people put themselves in the too crazy box.
What about other perceived mental instabilities? Homosexuality, religious extremism. These issues cause huge amounts of civil unrest.
So we just ship those people off because it's convenient, because there'd be less protests and conflict.
This whole mission is rooted in convenience. We'd be fulfilling the brief.
No, the mission is to make our society a better place.
By exiling people instead of putting the effort in to educate and nurture them.
Well, there are some types of people that can't be reasoned with.
Funny. I always thought you had to get to know somebody before you made a judgment about them.
All right, enough.
No, you could say the same thing about any of the categories we discussed today. That these people are unreasonable, but you don't see that the sickness, the drug abuse, the violence, it's all just a cry for help. I just really hope that there's someone to listen to them in their new home.
So what do we know about this new planet anyway?
Well, from the few exploratory missions we've conducted, we know that there is sufficient oxygen on planet X54023, so our exports will be able to live comfortably. Planet's surface is covered by over 70% water, with an equatorial circumference of 40,030 kilometres.
Sounds like the new penthouse suite.
Planet X54023 has been codenamed Earth, and this is how we will refer to their new home moving forwards. Unless anyone has any further contributions they'd like to add to this discussion, we really do need to push on. Very well. Now, I've been instructed that this decision must be made by ballot vote. So write your vote on this piece of paper and pass it down to me. That's that. Majority wins. Those selected for deportation will be randomly chosen from the group that we've decided upon. Set the wheels in motion.
500,000 will be ready for departure in the morning. Have the pods ready for flight.